without further ado, let's move on to the next segment, which will be our Global Innovation Alliance Expo. So this is a market access program that is in partnership with Enterprise Singapore. And we're covering 16 startups from Singapore that we have helped connect with our Manila as well as our Jakarta offices to bring them over there for expansion and fundraising purposes. All right? Just a reminder for Brella as well, please use Brella to connect with any of the startups here, or if not even here, because you can actually connect with them and set up virtual meetings after this session. So if you guys have any questions setting up Brella accounts, we do have a help desk right at the registration counter, so they can help you with setting up your Brella account. All right, let me just hand over to Karina, Senior Director of Programs at Plug and Play APAC, to share with you more of our GIA Manila and Jakarta programs. Can we give Karina a round of applause, please?
All right, thank you, Wayne. Hi, everyone. My name is Karina. I'm the Senior Director of Programs for Plug and Play here in Asia Pacific. I also look after strategic partnerships here in the region that includes Enterprise Singapore, Visa, as well as Meta. Quick shout out to the folks in the room here. So thank you so much for joining us today for our GIA Expo. So a quick rundown of what the GIA program is about. Enterprise Singapore partner with Plug and Play in Manila and Jakarta to run the Global Innovation Alliance program, or GIA, to connect startup companies to overseas business and tech communities. The GIA program started in 2020 in Jakarta, where we brought Singapore-based startups into Indonesia. Since then, we have ran 6 accelerator batches, 4 tech showcases, and worked with a total of 92 startups for the GIA program. Similarly, in Manila, we started the GIA Manila program in 2021, and we have since ran 4 accelerator batches and worked with a total of 59 startups that are looking to enter into the Philippines market. The past 2 to 3 years have been an exciting journey for Plug and Play, with a total of 151 startups that went through the GIA program for Manila as well as Jakarta. I'm excited to share that we have a total of 42 case studies, of which some are still currently ongoing. I'd like to highlight 2 case studies. The first one is from the Manila program. GigaCover, a Singapore-based insurtech company, recently teamed up with Expo Asia, a global management consultancy, to provide digital insurance protection for Filipino freelancers, startups, micro, small, and medium enterprises. This partnership aims to make healthcare and insurance products more accessible and affordable to those in the informal sector. And the second case study that I'd like to highlight is from the GIA Jakarta program. Through our program, we introduced Particle X, which is a startup investment fund. Particle X invested in Crown Digital, a smart retail solution provider serving coffee using the power of AI and robotics. We do have more case studies that we are currently in the works, and we look forward to announcing them at the later part of the year. So if you're a startup looking to enter into Philippines or Manila, do feel free to reach out to any of our colleagues here, and we'll be glad to share with you more. Once again, my name is Karina. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to meeting you at the networking segment. All right, with that, I'd like to introduce Jonathan Lim, Director of Global Innovation Network from Enterprise Singapore, to share with us his keynote address. Jonathan, please.
Right, thanks, Karina. Wow, it's good to see everyone here. My name is Jonathan, and I'm from Enterprise Singapore. People always say keynote, but maybe I just share some quick perspective. I run the Global Innovation Alliance program at Enterprise Singapore. For some of you who do not know who Enterprise Singapore is, we are a government agency in Singapore that looks at championing and growing local enterprises. We are also at the same time responsible for growing the startup ecosystem in Singapore. I see many familiar faces here, and I want to congratulate all the startups and obviously our partner Plug and Play for inviting me here. For Enterprise Singapore, we work very closely with everybody, to grow the startup ecosystem. Now, a couple of perspectives. When I first took over as the director looking at startup, that was probably in about 2016, 2017. I think then we had 4 unicorns. I remember my bosses telling me, one of our ambition is to perhaps double the number of unicorns. So in those days, 4 unicorn was a good start for Singapore. We have been looking at this startup ecosystem over the past 15 years or so, right? Guess what? I think we were all wrong. Last year alone, 2021, we minted basically, if I'm not wrong, about 15 unicorns, right? One of them obviously is Ninja Van. I remember speaking to Chang Wen back when he first started Ninja Van, if I'm not wrong, was in 2014. Okay. Yeah, so a short span of, if you look at it, 5 or 6 years back, we have undergone a huge transformation, not just in Singapore, but I dare say in the Southeast Asian region. If you look at funding, this year, for the first 3 quarters of this year, we raised, startups, about more than 500 startups closed their deals. The amount, if I'm not wrong, was about 11 billion. 11 billion. So this is about slightly short of last year. I think this year is something like 11.3. Last year we did 11.6 for the same period. So not too bad, Number of deals went up by 6% this year compared to last year. So what does it mean? It means that actually in this region, or in Singapore, while we are all hoping that we don't get into the VC autumn or maybe winter, actually it's doing very well. We sincerely hope that this will continue next year. But of course, I know that everybody is cautious, but I wanted to at least send a message that, the positive message that we can all look forward to. Let me give you some other stats. 5 or 6 years ago, I think we had maybe about 200 VCs. Today we had about 400, so we doubled. 5 or 6 years ago, I don't have the exact number of family offices. I think at that time maybe 200 or so. Last count, now we have more than 700 family offices. So again, what does it mean? It means that we are seeing a lot of dry powder coming into Singapore, coming to the region. Hopefully that will benefit every one of us here. I know for the startups, you want your valuation to go up, but probably this is not the time. Everybody is telling us, look, you need to be more realistic with your valuation. But it is right. It is correct. So again, I think with all these stats, what it's telling us is that we are hoping that next year we will see, hopefully still a strong year for the startup ecosystem and benefiting all of us here. Another perspective, probably a month ago, and then over the last few weeks as well, I've been speaking at a couple of events. One of those was a Japanese event, co-organized by JETRO, by the banks, and so on and so forth. I also had the opportunity to host a large German delegation into Singapore. Obviously, the German Chancellor went to China. He broke all norms with his European friends. I was told that the French president was supposed to go with him, but last minute he decided not to. So after he went to China, he came down to Singapore. Of course, obviously, there's a big, huge German delegation that came alongside him. So what is it telling us? The Europeans, in Europe, if you're not aware, I think in the UK, they're having a technical recession, probably. In Europe, Germany is not doing well. In Japan, they are also struggling. But Japan is an interesting one because they have been growing the startup ecosystem also maybe about 5 or 8 years ago. And we're seeing also a tipping point happening. But they are a little bit behind us. So I think in this region, what they're all telling me is that, look, they are interested in Southeast Asia. Why? Because this region is still doing well. They see many opportunities. And what it means is that from the governments that I'm talking to, from the partners that I'm talking to, and the partners would be, whether incubator accelerators, whether they're VCs, whether they're family offices, they're all looking to this part of the world. So we are in a very fortunate place right now. So I hope all of you will seize this opportunity for growth over the next, not just next year, but over the next couple of years. So that's hopefully giving you a positive note, and I wish the startups that are pitching all the good success. Just now, watching all the startups, I can tell that there are a lot of good stuff that's happening. So maybe let me then talk about the Global Innovation Alliance, or GIA in short. The role of GIA essentially is to connect Singapore to the other startup innovation ecosystem around the world. We run programs. We run two types of programs. The one type is called Acceleration Program. That is where our partner with Plug and Play. We run programs to both Jakarta and to Manila. We have 15 other cities that we also run programs with that we have announced formally. So in total, we have 17 that we have announced formally. And then we have another 3 or 4 that we are piloting. And those pilots are typically running in emerging markets. So the intent of the acceleration program is to help startups connect to those ecosystems, hopefully through the help of our partners. Our partners know the place better than we do. And then by them helping you, the startups go into the market, help you to find business opportunities. Now, we at the same time are trying to help foreign startups that want to come to Singapore so that it is a two-way flow in that connection. The connection cannot be one way. It must be two-way, right? Us going there and then the foreign startups coming here. And hopefully with this acceleration program and the programs that we are working with some of our partners, and these are government agencies like equivalent of ESG overseas, to help bring their foreign startups here, we hope that will generate more business opportunities because, for startups or for even SMEs, it's sometimes a bit challenging for you to go that place alone, and through partnership and collaboration, hopefully that will take you further. So that's one program. The second program is for those, we call it a co-innovation program. Again, Enterprise Singapore, we fund the Singapore companies, and then we work with another government agencies overseas to fund their company when the two come and work together. Right? So these are development projects. It could be joint R&D. It could be, so usually it's more D than R. We look at the later stage TRLs, pilots, and so on and so forth. Hopefully, some of the flow that I talked about earlier through our acceleration program, some of you may say, hey, I have some IP, I have some good technology, but by working with an overseas company, I can build a new IP, I can build a new solution, a product that then can, together with that partner, go to a third market. So I think that's what we want to achieve. Today we have this co-innovation program with 36 other countries, largely with European countries because that is where they are more familiar with. So in short, I think for GIA, we hope that you can come and participate with us. We hope to provide a trusted platform, for companies, whether is it local or foreign, to find business opportunity, to find co-innovation opportunities, and thereby helping you to grow. And with that, I have just a last congratulations once again to the startups that participated in our GIA program. I hope you benefited with the help of Plug and Play. And if there are any things that Enterprise Singapore can help you, please do come and approach us. So thank you very much. I hope you have a good rest of the event. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. All right, now let's kick off the startup pitches. Again, well, it's the afternoon, so a good afternoon to everyone. My name is Sheha, and I'm Program Manager for the GIA Manila program. So before we get started, again, I'd like to introduce the Brella app. I'm sure you guys are quite familiar, so please do get on the Brella app so you can get connected with our startups, or you can always request for an email introduction from the team. Okay, kicking off this segment, we have 8 amazing startups from the GIA Manila Batch 4 program who will be pitching to you. And we have a variety of startups coming from different tech verticals such as IoT, EduTech, food and logistics, health and fitness, fintech, live streaming, and the gig economy. So bringing up our very first startup would be Smile. Smile provides end-user authorized access to valuable employment and income data from HR, payroll, and more. The Smile API helps fintech lenders to make better credit decisions. I'd like to introduce Jerome. Come on up on stage.
Thanks, Sheha. Thank you, everyone. Hi, my name is Jerome Eger. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Smile API. quick introduction. We're the one trusted source for employment data in Asia. There's a value proposition and there's a problem, right? So in Southeast Asia, we have a credit problem. We don't have enough access to credit, and the problem essentially is that a lot of people don't have credit. And there is an alternative to that, which is actually employment data. So you can use employment data to create credit. Only problem with employment data is that it's not so easily accessible. It's very distributed. So the problem that we're solving is actually by connecting to all of the different HR platforms, payroll, government services, gig economy platforms. Smile is able to just create one single source of access to all of those and expose an API, so something that communicates between two machines, risk engines from banks, financial services, lenders, and buy now, pay later, to create an access to have a better solution for risk management. So how does it look? Essentially, there is one side of the product that is facing towards the customer. That's what you're looking at when you open up your banking app. So essentially, you have a consent screen. You agree to the consent that you can share your information, your personal employment information, your income, and all of this valuable information with your bank to essentially enable you to get access to a loan within a few seconds. How does it work? So it's not very clear here on the screen, but it works essentially like Google. So you Google your employer, you find the logo, you click on the logo, you log in, and success. It usually takes a few seconds, but not longer than that. So what data will banks receive, or lenders in a wider sense? So there's a range. We have identities. There is essentially ratings, transactions. We can enable direct deposit switch. Even repayments are possible. Employment history, documents, your income, and assets. So for instance, if you're a Grab driver or an Uber driver or on any gig platform, right, and you have a car or you have assets like Airbnb, you have a house, you rent out this house and this creates income. You want to prove this to somebody who would like to issue a loan to you. Now, what is the benefit, one might ask? The existing customers that we're serving were able to reduce their non-performing loans. That means loans that are not being paid back by 50%, in some cases even more. So that's the impact that we deliver here. We are mostly active in the Philippines. We're also expanding in other countries in Southeast Asia. The Philippines has roughly 110, 112 million people in population, out of which 45 million people are working. And Smile covers 41 million out of those, which is essentially 90% of the working population. So that makes Smile a must-have for thousands of fintechs in Southeast Asia, and particularly for risk managers in innovative fintechs that would like to process data for vast parts of the population to make better lending decisions. We have a booth outside. We're also raising a seed round, so I'd be happy to be in touch with you guys if you're interested in using our solution, if you're interested in investment. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jerome. So again, if you'd like to get connected with Jerome, don't forget to Smile, use your Umbrella app, and you can also reach out to me for email introductions. Next up, we have Deliver SG. Deliver SG aims to aid restaurants in not just offering island-wide food delivery services, but also tools and strategies focused on marketing both online and offline to help restaurants thrive. Bring it on, Krishnan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Food delivery. First thing everyone comes to mind is, oh, are you going to compete with 3 big players? Answer is no, because we are island-wide food delivery platform. That means that we are reaching a potential customer more than 3 kilometers, not like Grab, Foodpanda, and Deliveroo. You can see in the slide. And we have been operating for past 3 years in Singapore, so we can see a lot of challenges in Singapore, in industry-wide. So it's not about delivering the food, but we provide good value to the customer, provide good customer support. You can see the industry challenges here. We have been doing only food delivery for the past 2.5 years. Now, after checking the challenges in Singapore, as well as any industry, so we are planning to enter new areas now. What is that? It's called DaaS, Deliver as a Service. I think probably we are the first one, I think, introducing in APAC now. You can see all the services here. It's a one-stop solution to all the problems. So you can see the revenue comes from all the services in the areas. This is the new areas we are going to enter, apart from food delivery. That is main core logistics, on-demand delivery service, and with subscription-based model with marketing support. So here are a few points about subscription service. That means that merchant don't need to pay any commission, but they will pay subscription fees, depends on the SME model. And even we are going to provide a dedicated mobile app with CRM loyalty system, whereby the AA program will push the customer order regularly, as well as it helps in dining as well. Here is a market size across the globe as a statistic. That means the online food delivery platform going to hit around $708 million in 2025. And it's our revenue model is both from B2B and B2C. And we are projecting a revenue of 237 million in Singapore per year and 26.5 million in Philippines. So we are looking at around $7 million to implement the DaaS concept. That is a new area in both Singapore and Philippines. And here is a financial projection for first 5 years. And we are aiming at around 1.2 billion Singapore dollar in 2027. So here are key milestones here. That means we are going to increase our merchant base, user base, and driver partners. And we are planning to move out from Manila, Malaysia, and Indonesia in future, in 3 years. Here is our team. I am Krishna, I am co-founder. I am taking care of technology part of the company. And my partner, Mr. Naresh Kumar, he is taking care of logistics. And he has got around 10 years of experience in the logistics side, as well as branding side. So if you see, right, any startups, right, you require both tech and domain expertise. Luckily, we have both. So I take care of technology, and my partner, take care of logistics side. And we have a good financial guy. He's part of our advisory board. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Krishnan. Okay, moving from food, we now get into travel, one of my favorite industries. So introducing our third startup is Trelly. Trelly offers authentic sights and sounds in real time through live streaming and by interacting with a local. So it helps with gaining latest insights and perspective of a foreign destination, making you have the latest information of your travels. Let's welcome Kylie.
Hi everyone, I'm Kylie. I'm the founder and CEO of Trelly. So Trelly, we are a virtual marketplace. So we do travel live streams to help travelers know before you go. So being in the travel industry for the past 8 years, I've spoken to thousands of business and leisure travelers to realize that they have a lot of travel disappointment after their travel due to like biased reviews. You don't know like who is the one who write the reviews behind it. There will be outdated information. So some sources you get online, they can be dated like a few years ago, and misleading representations that gives a mismatch of expectations when you go to the place. And there's also bias paradox of choices, like there's so many choices to choose from. So therefore, through Trelly, we actually provide a travel live streaming platform where everything is live and authentic. So let's say if you'd like to explore Korea or Japan, we actually have a live host over there to do a live tour for you. So you can have live engagement and everything is authentic and in real time. So by forming this travel community platform and having this personalized content delivery, travelers can have an interactive live engagement with local hosts in different parts of the world. So for us, our business model is a three-sided marketplace. So we connect guests, hosts, and merchants. For guests, you get to use our platform to do discovery of different places around the world. And for hosts, you can also be our host to live stream your city and showcase to international travelers. And we work with merchants to promote their destinations, their products and services through our platform. And through our live stream so far, we help our merchants to increase 10 to 20% of their sales through live selling. And in terms of global market size, for global destination marketing, it is 120 billion, and for APAC alone is 36 billion. So if we take 10% of it, it will be like 4 billion worth. So in the live streaming landscape, we have competitors like Airbnb, Heygo, and Twitch. However, for us, we have a travel niche. We focus on destination marketing, where we promote our merchants' products and services, and we do influencer marketing as we partner with influencers to do this live streaming. And we have tipping, so guests can also tip their favorite hosts, and we do live selling to promote our merchants' products. So in terms of revenue model, we mainly earn from the merchants itself by doing paid live streams for merchants, where we will earn from content creation, production. There's also advertisements where we will have different ad placements for our merchants. And through live selling, we will take a cut from it. And merchant subscription costs, where we will give additional services and support to our merchants. And for guests, they can also tip our hosts, and we'll take a percentage from there. So some of our traction, like we have 1,000 over hosts around the world, and we also have 200 over travel merchants that we help to promote their services. And in terms of the revenue projection, we see that subscription model will help us to grow more, and we aim to break even by 2025. So right now we are raising $1 million USD that will help us with our market acquisition, web development, and other ops and admin. So our team, we have more than 20 years of travel and startup experience, and we have also different advisors helping us to improve the business. And so for me, previously I've been in the hospitality industry for the past 7 years, so that helps us to have better understanding of the tourism landscape. So coming to an end, we hope that through Trally, we can help to inspire global citizenship by bridging cultural differences through our live stream. And yeah, if you're interested to have a chat, our booth is also outside. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kylie. And now, so also don't forget, if you'd like to reach out to Trally, please indicate it in your Brella app, or you may scan the QR code to request for an email introduction. Okay, moving on to our fourth startup, we have Elite Fit AI. Elite Fit is a Singapore-based SaaS company that has developed a generalized AI-driven virtual personal trainer that readily works on 95% of online, on-demand fitness and sports training content. Let's give it up for Ani.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ani, and I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Elite Fit AI. I'm ex-Microsoft Seattle, ex-McKinsey Singapore, and I've been involved with startups my entire career, some of them really successful, like Quick and Verkato, both based out of Silicon Valley. So over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to walk you through 10 key facts about my latest startup, Elite Fit AI. So Elite Fit AI is basically a Singaporean company. We are a B2B provider of a SaaS API service. And our product is a generalized AI virtual personal trainer that uses computer vision that works basically across all online sports and fitness training content. The second fact is that we have 6-figure realized revenues. Our next 12 months revenue is expected to be over $2 million. And our contribution margins, like most SaaS companies, are over 70%. Fact number 3, that total addressable market of online fitness is basically ballooning. Depending on who you ask, it's growing at 33 to 40% CAGR and expected to be at $60 billion to $80 billion by 2026. Now, within that, the subset of online personal training is actually growing faster at almost double the pace, because personal training is something that almost everyone wants and not most people can afford, and that is exactly the unmet need that we're actually solving for. Fact number 4 is that we've established our product market fit through our initial 15 clients, which are basically large corporates like Unilever, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, DBS, PwC, our very own Sports Singapore, and Active Health here in Singapore. We have tens of thousands of users across cohorts. And what we found last year after we exited stealth mode is that most of them actually started to use Elite Fit AI as their primary online fitness mechanism. And that was validation for us, both from a B2B as well as a B2C perspective on product market fit. Now, our exponential growth model actually comes through distributors. Now, these are telcos, fitness companies, irrespective of whether they're brick and mortar or they're online fitness, sports companies, insurance companies, real estate companies, smart cities, basically anyone and everyone who wants to play a role in the ballooning field of online sports training, online fitness. Our annual contract values are now an average of $500,000 US. Fact number 6 is we're blessed to have an incredibly experienced leadership team. We are from McKinsey, Microsoft, AWS, Barclays, IBM. We have roughly 20 team members split across Singapore and India. And we're extremely blessed also to be backed by the Singapore government. We work very closely with Sports Singapore to not only serve them as a client, but more importantly, to also build our AI from the ground up. Sports Singapore really understands fitness science, they understand sports science, we understand data science, so the combination of the two is incredibly powerful, and that's actually why our product is really, really good quality. So Active Health is a paying client of ours. They also have given us $300,000 in cash to build the company in our early days. We are supported by IMDA. We are Spark certified by them. That de-risks the buying process for our B2B clients. Fact number 8 is that we are the only company in the world that can claim that we have over 1,000 full-length workouts, all the way from 5 minutes to an hour. We support tens of thousands of movements across sports training and fitness training. And all of this is powered by the AI, and our content, a lot of it comes from the creator economy, so we work very closely with them. Second last data fact is that we have a clear path to becoming the world's largest online fitness platform. We expect to hit $1 billion in valuation by 2025. Our go-to-market model is actually not too dissimilar from Uber and Airbnb when it comes to sourcing content from the crowd economy. And last but not the least is we've raised $1 million so far. We have got about a 14-month runway, and we are right now raising to meet our year 1 targets. So if you are interested and want to talk, either from a usage perspective or from an investment perspective, please come visit us, scan the QR code. We've got a booth outside, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ani. So you guys know the drill. If you'd like to get connected with Elite Fit AI via the Brella app, you may do so, or you can request for an email introduction. All right, up next we have Augmented. So Augmented is a platform where industrials can create their own procedures within hours without coding. Let's find out more from Jasdeep.
Thank you, Shreya. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to still be here. I know it's lunchtime, you guys must be hungry. I'll be quick. Okay, so my name is Jasdeep. We are from Augmented. We are a Singapore-based startup. We essentially augment, optimize, and super skill frontline workers' capabilities. Okay, so at the basic level, we help our clients digitize their outdated paper-based processes, deploy them onto mobile apps, which they can then access through their phones, tablets, or smart glasses right at their job site. The best thing about our platform is, compared to our competitors, is there's absolutely no coding required. And on the customer end, it's extremely simple to use. There's no software expertise needed. And you can essentially start digitizing your workflows in a matter of days or even hours. So the 3 main use cases that we cover are MRO, maintenance, repair, and operations, inspections, remote support, and training. So on the back end, this is our builder platform. This is where the customer starts to build all their different jobs and procedures. And then subsequently, they can deploy it to the planner platform, which is also a tool to be used by a supervisor or manager sitting in the office or remotely to find out at a snapshot what's going on with all his different resources in a particular facility. So on our platform, we actually offer 4 separate modules. That's SOP, inspection, remote assistance, and training. So for SOP first, that's standard operating procedures. We deploy step-by-step procedures. We make this data available right at the job site, and there's real-time monitoring on the supervisor end. So here is a real-life example of our SOP solution in use by one of our customers in a manufacturing and production facility. As you can see, the technician is being guided fully through the process by step-by-step instructions. There's real-time monitoring on the back end, and the best part is it's very simple, stress-free, and it removes any human errors. For our second module, that's inspection. This is where we deploy digital forms with the capability to take photos and ultimately generate automated reports. So here again, it's an example of our solution in use by a customer in construction, where we deploy a digital checklist. It's also got the ability to take images or videos, and ultimately this forms the part of the service report or inspection report you can generate at the end. And for our third module, that's remote assistance. So that's a live connection to a remote expert in your organization for much quicker troubleshooting. So here you can see on the left view, that's what the field technician sees. On the right is a remote expert. So it's a live two-way chat between the two. There you can have the ability to take photos, you can comment, you can annotate. The entire session can actually be recorded as well, so you don't have to fly your remote experts around the world. You can get someone who's relatively inexperienced to troubleshoot an equipment he may not be familiar with as well. And lastly, our training module, where we instantly help to upskill your staff to Engineers 4.0. So in our training module, we employ augmented reality as well to overlay and place 3D objects in the live view of the screen. So this is an excellent tool if you have existing staff that want to learn new procedures, or you have new staff that are joining your workforce and need to be trained. So with that, those are our 4 modules: SOP, inspection, remote assistance, and training. If you want to know more, please see us outside. We also have a booth there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jasdeep. So that's a nice picture. Okay, up next, we have an edutech startup in our cohort, and they're called Growth Learning Solutions. Growth Learning Solutions is a Singapore-based educational technology company offering online services for schools and parents to achieve personalized learning. Let's give it up for Jasper.
Okay, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jasper Tan, the co-founder of Growth LS Holding Private Limited. Research shows that there's 4 major concerns for parents. Basically, that's health, education, value, and career. So every child have to go through this educational journey, which is books. We buy books for practice and drill. We engage tutors for guidance. We need online courses to up their skills. And also, lastly, is the child career choices. Currently, so far, we need to access to all these child environments by different platforms. But what we are doing now, what we want to do is to personalize all these things and recommend the correct materials for the parents itself. These are the 2 problems we will solve with Smart Apes Marketplace. We are offering a personalized online shopping experience where we incorporate AI ML, and we recommend all the materials based on the child abilities of the academics and also their personalities. Parents now can take advantage of our personalization features. What they do, child will be given a personality test, academic test, and our engines will recommend the best books, tutors, and online courses based on the child weakness, strength, and their learning style. So to help busy parents also, we provide a parents dashboard where parents can easily access to their child daily activities and also their learning progress. So with that, we save the money, we save the time for all the stressed parents that's buying the educational product. We are looking for 3 different revenue models here: sales commission fees, seller sponsor advertisement, and also buyer membership. So in 2022 February, we kick off our development platform. We plan to launch our platforms in February 2023. During the development journey, what we do is that we sell our sub-service platforms like child profiling and also online course platform. So we have partners now in Thailand, Singapore, and Indonesia. We are also in talks with Philippines and Malaysia partners at this moment. Our goal is basically to localize its marketplace in Asia. And at this point, we are also looking for partners to expand our business overseas and operations in Singapore at this moment. So thank you very much, everyone. If you want to see us and connect with us, you can go to the booth outside of this hall itself. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jasper. Now let's bring in our second last startup, our Gen Z startup called Quest. Quest is a community-based marketplace connecting people looking to get tasks done with Gen Zs who are looking to earn. Let's give it up for Evan.
Hey everyone, I'm Evan here. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Quest. So let me share a little bit about what Quest is. We are this cult-like community of Gen Zs who are independent freelancers, side hustlers who actually want to earn income. And we connect them to businesses, SMEs in Southeast Asia for different gig work with a focus on marketing services. So the majority of businesses, what we realize is that whether you're in Singapore, Philippines, or Indonesia, a lot of the businesses are struggling to grow in the digitalized world, and they're facing high friction in getting talents fast. So let's say you need someone to kind of edit your podcast, content creation. It's not easy and it's difficult to hire someone quickly or the right people. On the other hand, we realized that Gen Zs, 72% of them, they're obsessed to pursue a side hustle. Ask any university students, they will tell you they have multiple sources of income. And Gen Zs, we are the best people you can hire because we're hungry, we're resourceful, and we're influential. So we get things done. At Quest, what we did was we created a request-based platform that connects businesses with the talented Gen Zs that we have on the platform with a focus on marketing services. Over the last 12 to 15 months since the launch of our app, we've generated to more than 60,000 users on the platform with over 25,000 quests completed, and this has generated the income earned by our users of more than $1 million over the last 12 months. So we get things done really quickly. So let's say if you have a quest to be done, let's say design my pitch deck. You post on the app right now, I can guarantee the next 10 minutes, 3 people will say, hey, I can do this for you. I come from a design school, I have a consulting background, internship, I can do a very good job in designing a deck for you. And the reason why we have such liquidity is because we are strong in our supply side, and we know how Gen Zs think anywhere. What we did was we grown our Gen Z community via TikTok organically without spending a single cent on marketing ads. And over the last 12 months, we've grown to a wait list of more than 5,000 Gen Zs across Southeast Asia waiting for us to launch in the different markets. Even in 2022, gig economy is still a really old school business. Over 80% of most freelance and gig work are still happening offline. However, this is changing, and we want to be at the center of it for the 71 million SMEs across Southeast Asia in the next 5 years. And this is our difference in terms of approaching gig work. Firstly, we are request-based. We're hyper-localized. We focus on the networks around you, and we are Gen Z-focused. Why Gen Zs? Gen Zs have 5 to 10 different monetizable skill sets. What we do is we become a platform where we index all their skills together, and we kind of build their credibility for them to get paid, to get hired, and then bring the value to businesses. Our goal in the next 10 years is to build a network that allows anyone to tap into the expertise of any Gen Zs within seconds. In the past year, what we did was we built a network of Gen Zs and businesses in Singapore, and I would say that we are one of the fastest platforms you can use in Singapore right now to get a marketing services done. You can try it and download later. In the next year, what we're looking at is to expand the Philippines market, and our focus will be to connect the businesses, the SMEs, with a goal to digitalize the SMEs with the Gen Zs there. And in the next 5 years, we hope to own the largest collective of Gen Zs across Southeast Asia and become the go-to platform for gig work. This is my Gen Z team here. I'm really fortunate to say that we have been supported by the movers of the consumer tech ecosystem in Southeast Asia. And my co-founders and I, Craig, Matthew, and I, we actually created a Telegram channel as a start of our journey. And this was kind of our MVP to allow students to do errands and survey on the platform. And over 5 months in 2021, we've grown to around 5,000 users on the platform. And that was kind of how we understand how Gen Zs think across Southeast Asia. Today, we are raising our seed round on SAFE, and this is to accelerate the growth on our verticals and for Southeast Asia expansion. If something like Gen Z, gig work, all this excites you, we have a booth over there, you can download our app, and our mission is to provide the next millions of jobs in Southeast Asia through such flexible opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. You may connect with them through the Brella app, or you can scan the QR code to make an email introduction. So, and last but not least, for the GIA Manila's Batch 4 startups, we have Roljak. Roljak is a classroom engagement and productivity platform which unlocks future-ready skills such as collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and innovation in any audience engagement setting. Take it away, Aditya.
Thank you, Shreya. All right, so I am literally the only thing that is standing between you and lunch, so this is going to be a tough one. Okay, but I will try and respect the time, so I'm going to be quick. So, hello, and my name is Aditya. I'm the co-founder, CEO of Roljak. We are an education technology company here in Singapore. Now, I want to start off by saying something that all of us can agree upon, is that audience engagement is tough, right? So for me standing over here with a number of you on your phones, it's not tough, it's brutal. So this is actually a screen grab of what I call a Zoom graveyard. So this was a guest lecture that I was asked to do at one of the universities here. And I call it a Zoom graveyard because you're literally just talking to yourself and you have no idea what's happening on the other side. And I'm sure all of us have been there, right? And the way we try and solve some of these problems is by introducing interactive tools, training tools, but those bring about a host of different problems. With a lot of complicated software, you have to juggle between multiple platforms. You have a platform for polling, another platform for discussion, and it's very difficult to troubleshoot. So you spend more time onboarding people and talking about the platform rather than the content of your training, right? So overall, a lot of wasted time and lack of engagement. Now, with Roljak, we are trying to solve that problem by introducing a platform that unlocks active learning at scale in minutes without any complicated software. Now, we are trying to actually unlock new dimensions of audience engagement that have not really been explored or are uncharted. Now, the inherent unstructured nature of running discussions or active learning activities, which basically requires you to have people engaging in groups, having discussions, contributing, leaving feedback for each other, collaborating, doing peer-to-peer learning and evaluation. There's no platform that creates that experience in a structured manner. So the inherent unstructured nature of active learning makes it unscalable and gives you all the effort to actually make it a success. So the entire effort is on facilitation. Now, what we're trying to do is build a platform that is structured, scalable, time-boxed, easy, accessible, and can be plugged into any audience engagement experience. Now, in short, we're building Kahoot on steroids, right? And it's not me saying this. I actually took this because this is the most common piece of feedback that we get from users, right? So I thought this would be a great marketing slogan. Now, the reason it's Kahoot on steroids is really because we're moving beyond just doing close-ended engagement such as quizzing and polling, but introducing a whole new avenue of engagement with peer-to-peer learning, with AI-powered evaluation, right? With collaboration, team-based activities, all in one place, right? So a quick feature overview, we have a lot of different templates for open-ended engagement. We do collaboration in a really interesting way, which makes it scalable and very easy to implement. And we have peer-to-peer learning in different modalities to introduce filtering, categorization, or ranking, rating, and commenting on different people's responses, a lot of diagrammatic responses. We support team mode right out of the box. Of course, we support things like quizzing and polling. We have an AI-powered assessment tool, which actually allows you to assess open-ended responses in real time, and that's not really been done before on other audience engagement platforms, and we combine all of this into a report. So it is seamless, and we don't just track accuracy, we can actually track audience engagement. Now that's cool because you actually know who's actually on the other side of that Zoom graveyard and what they're doing, right? So that makes it really useful, and we can even plug this into your learning management systems or your HR management systems. So with that, it actually builds interesting different use cases for RollJack, all the way from daily lessons to corporate training to design thinking to agile workflows to events to meetings and whatnot. So think of RollJack as a confluence of a game-based learning experience like you would have on Kahoot and a real-time whiteboarding platform like Miro, and introducing that in a mobile-first, scalable, structured environment. So think of it as a confluence of both those experiences in one place. Now, why now? Really, because online whiteboarding is so famous, in the past 2 years with the pandemic. And what you're seeing on the right of your screen is actually the Future of Jobs report done by the World Economic Forum in 2018. Those are the most important skill sets of the future in 2022, which is today, right? So this was a projection 4 years ago. And those are basically the things that we focus on as a product. Now, the main problem I personally am very motivated to solve is really because we say these things are really important, but we don't really focus on these competencies in classrooms or even in workplaces, and we're just trying to make that more accessible for people. Now, we launched after almost 3.5 years of grueling development and iteration and pivoting. We launched on the 1st of June 2022. Now we are starting to run paid and free pilots with the top universities in and around Singapore. These are not just limited to institutes of higher learning. They are also K-12 schools and also enterprises that we are working with, primarily in Singapore, Indonesia, and Philippines, but we have paying customers globally because it is both a B2B and a B2C model. So if you want to find out more about what we're building and about our fundraising plans, please get in touch with me. Those are my details. And we have a booth outside, and I'm also over here. I'll be here all day, so please come and talk to me. So my background is software engineering. My co-founder is master's in architecture, so a designer, and we have multiple accolades between us. And we have a very good sense of what the future of education looks like. So that's us. Thank you so much. That's my time.
Thank you very much, Aditya. All right, let's give a round of applause for all our GIA Manila startups that have pitched here today. So before I wrap up, I would like to mention our most engaged mentor and would like to acknowledge him verbally as he's unable to attend today. So congratulations, Xavier Marzan. It's been an ultimate pleasure working with you over the last couple of months, and even more than that, actually. Once again, congratulations, and we look forward to working with you closely in subsequent programs. If you'd like to get connected with the startups, again, you may do so via Brella, or you may also request for an email introduction. And also, if you'd like to learn more about the GIA Manila program, feel free to reach out to myself or any of our teammates. So with that, thank you very much, and I'll now pass over to Amelia for the next segment.
Thank you, Siha. I know it's lunchtime, and it's hard to get people to avoid the lunchtime, but please bear with us. Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming once again. Please bear with us for the GIA Jakarta segment because we bring you the top 10 startups that selected from 100 more applicants that we received. My name is Amelia. I am the International Program Manager from the GK Plug and Play. Before we kick off our segment, we would like to remind you once again regarding Brella. So to easier communicate and keep in touch with our startups and set the meeting, you can download Brella as our tools, so you can use them or meet the startups in our booth to get connecting each other. Yeah. So today, we bring you our startups that immersive in a cybersecurity, edutech, enterprise solution, and fintech. To kick off our segment, I would like to introduce you to Data Crew as a deep tech, IP-driven startup that based in Singapore and have strong roots in IoT, AI, and data security. I would like to welcome Sumanta.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Sumanta. I'm the CEO of Data Crew. In Data Crew, we are building a battery intelligence platform for next-generation electric vehicles. Now, electric vehicles are the key towards decarbonization and sustainability goals. Chances are we already own one or will own one in the next 5 years. But there is a huge problem with electric vehicles, and that's batteries. Just like your phone, electric vehicles run on batteries. And we know that when the phone is new, the battery lasts longer, but after some time, the batteries doesn't last the whole day. And that's true for electric vehicles as well. And imagine if that starts happening, what kind of problems might happen. And if we don't take care of the batteries well enough, they may not just underperform and age prematurely, but they can also catch fire. And that's something we look in the news all the time in the recent days, right? That's where Data Crew comes in. We come in with the expertise and experience in technology to unleash the full potential of batteries. How do we do that? By having a platform for battery manufacturers, EV manufacturers, and EV buyers to maximize the battery performance, safety, and support based on real-time battery data and usage history. We have a patent-applied hardware, which is a size of a palm, just a 7-centimeter hardware, which sits in the vehicle. Battery connects with the battery and then sends the data to the cloud using a SIM card. On the cloud, we do the analysis on the battery's data and then issue the performance notifications, also do predictions on different type of faults that may occur in the battery, and do the optimizations. Our business model is based on a one-time cost for the hardware and a SaaS recurring cost for the software. Our customers are mainly battery manufacturers and EV manufacturers. The EV manufacturers is our main customer segment in the midstream. We can also look into the downstream of EV fleet operators. In terms of the competition, our competition is global, but we have a very strong moat in terms of the AI technology for the prediction purposes. Right now, in terms of traction, we already have 7 different customers in the EV space and a pre-booking of around 3.2 million ARR in terms of the MOUs and LOIs already signed. We are currently based out of Singapore, and I am Sumanta, the CEO. Arjun is the CTO. We have a very strong team of around 5 PhDs. And we are raising $7 million for Series A because we need to maintain a strong technical moat, and now is the time, depending on the government mandates and huge TAM that we have recently uncovered. And before that, we are also raising a 700K bridge. Why? Because we need to maintain and fulfill the orders of the customers. And while we have ongoing discussions with Toyota and Astra to lead the Series A round, we are actively looking for investors for the bridge round to close by, let's say, mid-February. So that's about us. And join us in our strive towards the battery intelligence for next generation EVs. Thank you so much.
All right. Great pitching. Thank you so much, Sumanta. If you would like to get connected with Data Crew, you can block their calendar meeting on the Brella account or meet them in their booth. Next, our startup, we have Doxa Holding. So Doxa is a fintech startup helping connect and digitalize the workflow of the buyers, suppliers, and financiers seamlessly through the best-class enterprise platform. I would like to bring it on, Leon.
Thank you, Amelia. Hi, good afternoon, and my name is Leon. I'm a co-founder and COO of Doxa. Thank you for this opportunity for me to share with you about Doxa. So what do we do? Doxa Connects is a software platform that connects buyers, suppliers, and financial institutions for purchasing, analytics, payments, and financing. The 3 common problems that we're trying to solve is that many companies are facing today are manual procurement processes that leads to unnecessary overspending, the lack of data and analytics that leads to loss of control and loss in revenue, and not able to obtain financing, especially for small and medium enterprises. With Doxa Connects, we are able to do this all in one platform. Firstly, we digitalize a company's procurement to payment process. And more uniquely, we are able to incorporate any industry's specific procurement workflow, which other procurement software cannot do. Secondly, with digitalized data, we are able to provide companies with insights, especially insights that help them to benchmark against other companies in the same industry. And thirdly, we help companies to obtain financing. How? because in Doxa Connect, lenders are able to access to authentic source of transaction data, which greatly reduce their financing risk and therefore able to lend to these companies. Let me illustrate the capabilities of Doxa. So here you see a typical procurement to payment workflow between a buyer and his suppliers. In the real estate developer space, we are able to add additional stakeholders into the platform. That's very necessary, important for the developers. For construction industry, we are able to incorporate a very complex progress claims workflow into the platform. We are also extending the platform to include freight forwarding workflow. And we have the financial institutions as part of the system, part of the platform that offer embedded financing. So you can see how strong, how powerful, how flexible Doxa Connect is. And we can continue to add new industry workflow and new stakeholders, additional stakeholders into the platform. Our clients tell us that they can save up to 50% of their man hours using Doxa Connect, and they are able to obtain financing already in the system. We offer 3 solutions: procurement, analytics, and financing services, mainly via subscription to 4 types of users: buyers, suppliers or vendor, financial institutions, and third parties such as transportation companies, insurance companies, even government agencies. Traction has been good. In the construction industry, we already have more than 900 companies transacting in the platform. And we just expanded into Indonesia, and we are introducing a new workflow for the healthcare industry shortly. So our aim is to continue to grow both geographically and also industry-wise. We partner with various world-class companies to develop our platform into the best-in-class platform, which have already won some prestigious awards. So our immediate priority is 1, to get more customers, 2, to expand to 1 new country each year, and 3, to introduce a new industry workflow each year. So we would love to speak with you if Doxa Connect can help you with your procurement, payments, or financing. If you are keen to be one of our partners or distributors, or if you are keen to explore potentially invest in us, please look for us. We have a booth outside. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leon. Very awesome pitch. Yeah, everyone, you can get connected into Doxa by Brella account, as well as meet them in their booth. Next, our third startup, we have Rescale Labs. Rescale Lab is a platform as a service for training providers to manage the experiential learning. For sure, I would like to welcome Gustavo.
Thank you, Amelia. Hi, everyone. Great to see for those that stayed around instead of having lunch outside. Okay, so we are a platform as a service for experiential learning and complex skills training management programs, specifically deployed in universities and corporate training environments. I'm Gustavo. I'm the founder of Rescale Lab. With our bootstrapped startup, this year we're making about 600,000 in revenue. And we are currently opening it up to seed investors for our external fundraise. So on average, in our experience, is training providers use more than 13 different tools that are extremely fragmented and siloed, keeping data in all these different places because they just want to manage and ensure that the program is run in a smooth manner. And with that, trainers are not able to obtain clear visibility on the return of the training as the programs are progressing. They gain less than 10% of the visibility of what is really happening. And so Rescale Lab is a platform that aggregates all the key important productivity tools that are used in a training environment, both offline and online, so that the trainers are able to digitize the curriculums into micro bite-sized learning that becomes more effective in terms of inserting the knowledge to the students, achieving more than 5 times of learning effectiveness. At the same time, they are able to redistribute the task, ensuring that all of that repetitive time-wasting system is being automated, ensuring that there's a saving of more than 70% of the processes that is consuming a lot of their productivity time. And essentially, our system, because it's an aggregator, we capture real-time visibility and translate that data into performance charts, allowing the instructors to act on it proactively. This is important because in this particular real example, at one of the training programs at universities here in Singapore, 120 students, how can you tell which student is lagging behind when everybody is learning at their own pace and at their own capacity? Rescale Lab is able to highlight which team and which individual really needs help, because behind every struggle and every failure in the learning process, there is a lot of data and engagement that is extremely valuable that is not captured today. And with that, we are able to show to instructors that it's a two-way approach. It's not always the student's fault. Sometimes there are problems with the teaching materials, but then it takes a data and technology approach in order to highlight that so that they're able to see in real time. So in short, Rescale Lab is an aggregator, cloud-based platform that enables us to set direction, to drive accountability, and show in real time how everybody is performing. Today, Rescale Lab is applied beyond entrepreneurship education. We are also used in innovation and design thinking, cross-functional alignment, as well as upskilling and corporate training. So, so far, we've been pretty fortunate. We've been accelerated by quite a number of accelerators, out of which 3 of them are EdTech focused. 4 of them, including Plug and Play, are for championing us overseas. As of this year, our main direction is to expand into Indonesia and Vietnam. So we spent the last 3 years working a lot on solving for experiential learning, for education and corporate training space. As we evolve, so far we've been generating quite a good revenue and growing at an exponential journey. So in the next couple of years, we eventually evolve as a data company. A lot of the information that is captured in our system is extremely unique and is not visible to standard sort of LMS systems or any sort of productivity tools. So I have been working with learning institutions for the last 6 years. I'm a thought leader in designing and deploying as well as managing experiential learning programs. I've been 15 years in business development. My co-founders have each at least 10 years of experience building SaaS and technology for big corporations and small startups. And together we have about 40 years of experience building technology and startups. So once again, we are solving for that lack of visibility, especially when it comes to managing experiential and complex learning programs. Rescale Lab is a platform as a service that facilitates and makes that super simple for them to be able to capture and see in real time who is lagging behind. So far, we are raising our seed round. We have a booth outside. We are data-driven, impact startup, and so please come and talk to us. We are in booth 5, and we are looking for investors and strategic business partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gustavo. Yeah, everyone, we still have our 4th startup in GIA Jakarta segment. It's Finema. So Finema provides a next-gen decentralized identity solution for enterprises and governments that easily integrated with any existing identity platform. I would like to welcome Abhishek.
Thank you. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sheikh from Finema. I'm the global business lead. So Finema is a next-generation digital identity solutions provider based out of Thailand. We were founded in 2017, and up to now we've raised only $1.4 million. We have now 70 team members. Half of them are in tech, and then 10% of the 70 are in R&D. Last year, we were awarded the Board of Investment Certificates, meaning we are tax exempt for 8 years in Thailand. And we are a startup, but we take standards very seriously. So this year, we were awarded the ISO 29110 certification and also the CMMI Level 3 certification. The problem today is that a lot of businesses are going from offline world to the online world. And that requires an urgent need for a highly secure and efficient identity infrastructure. So that is where Finima comes in. Our product, our solution, comprises of 3 products. First is a beyond eKYC product that onboards the users. Second is the self-sovereign identity suite that stores digital documents. Thirdly, it's the FiniSign. FiniSign is an e-signature platform that uses the public and private key technologies. So the credential data validation, we connect with data sources in Thailand, Indonesia, and Laos. We validate hotel bookings, health records, ID cards, passports, phone numbers, utility bills. We aim to be the one-stop solution provider that validates users' data in Southeast Asia. It saves 2 things, time and money. You validate data in seconds while only spending $0.7 per transaction. This is part of our product, the onboarding solution. And here's the e-signature platform. So early adopters now, we have 90% of the clients are state enterprises and corporates in Thailand. Our go-to-market strategy is to work with fintechs, health techs, insurtechs, or any platforms that would require a robust identification and authentication solution. To reinstate our global presence, we were mentioned in Gartner's paper, the only Thai company to be mentioned in 6 of Gartner's paper. The market, according to Gartner, the market that we see, that we are out to capture is at the moment worth $26 billion US. Last year, we achieved $1 million in revenue and we are profitable already. This year, we are on route to achieve $6 million in revenue. So we have already secured $5 million in revenue this year. And we've so far did already 20 million validations. We are raising at the moment Series A as to go after the Southeast Asian market. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abhishek. Yeah, everyone, if you would like to get connected with Finema and Abhishek team, feel free to meet them in the booth outside, or you can also block their calendar to have meeting in Brella account. Our 5th startup is Lunchbox. They are a smart restaurant management solution. It's all in one smart point of sales that instantly transforms your outlet to the efficiency of an international fast food chain. For sure, we would love to hear more from Sean.
Thank you, Amelia. Hi, my name is Sean Marcus Lee from Lunchbox. Unfortunately, it's not lunchtime, it's just Lunchbox for now. Okay, we are a smart point of sales solution based out of Singapore. Okay, POS is a very boring business. We are the backbone of the F&B industry that's worth $149 billion. 92% of restaurants, they use tech. 84% see the importance of having an effective point of sales. But the scary number here is that 69% use more than one software to manage their solution. So Lunchbox sits right in the middle. We are the platform that connects all the front of house tools, from the kitchen display, number call, e-menu, customer-facing, self-help kiosk, online ordering, and even the offline ordering, all into one. With this effectiveness, we also connect you to your customers. Now imagine now it's going to be lunchtime, and it's a long queue. You don't have to do that anymore. You just whip up your phone, scan, order, and pay. Once the payment goes through, it goes straight into your system, straight into your kitchen, and produce. Now you don't even need to have to queue, and potentially as a merchant, you don't even need to have your cashier. So this is a typical situation in a restaurant right now. It is an operational nightmare. You have one tablet for your POS and so many different devices just to manage your restaurant. So let Lunchbox do the hard work for you. We've integrated all these tools into one device. With one central backend, you can connect all your offline and online tools together. Now your 3 major delivery platforms can all connect into your POS, into your kitchen, produce out. So you have both online and offline connections done together. If you notice, we are no longer just a point of sales. We are an end-to-end smart restaurant solution. So we put it to the test. Merchants that use us prove to be 62% more efficient. And that's a very scary number. Potentially, with our tools, you can also reduce your manpower by 50%, and everything aligned, you can increase your revenue up to 23%. Those in the F&B understand that single-digit profitability, if they're lucky, 13%, 15%, but we can almost double it for you. So with this effectiveness, we are very honored to be one of the pre-selected solutions by ESG and IMDA under the Productivity Solutions Grant. ESG, well, thank you. So where are we today? We are 1 year old. We have achieved about 500 over outlets in Singapore organically. We have achieved about 650,000 revenue, and the scary number is $165 million was transacted through our system alone. Now that we are ready, we are going to move into the next phase of our solution, is to connect all the major payment platforms to complete the ecosystem. So recently in the market, there's a lot of activity in this space, especially in Southeast Asia, and our partners across the world has shown that this is a proven solution that works. We see that Lunchbox has the same potential to achieve the same. So the team itself, we've been through our startups in the last 10 years together in one form or another, and my co-founder and I, we've both exited a point-of-sales business before. Okay, that one is me, yeah, sorry. Okay, so it takes 10 years to get anything right, especially in a startup. We're an experienced team, we've been through this before, exited the same business before, with a proven solution that's localized in the market. Next year alone, we have 2,000 over merchants that's going to come on board in the signed MOU already. So running an F&B is hard. It's very difficult with the limited resources that restaurants have. So let us work together and do more with Lunchbox. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean. Okay, we already get Lunchbox on our lunchtime. Next, on our GIA Jakarta, we have a startup that comes from cybersecurity one, Protolabs. So Protolabs is a Singapore-based insurtech startup that founded by ex-Booz Allen cyber consultants. So their threat-based cyber risk platform quantifies an organization's cyber risks in monetary terms based on the real-world threat data. Please bring out Joel.
Thanks, Amelia. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. So my name is Joel. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Protolabs. We are basically a cybersecurity startup focused in the domain of cyber risk management. So a bit of introduction to the team here at Protolabs. So myself, co-founder, together with Simeon, we both come from the backdrop of advising some global 500 banks in cyber risk management. We used to come from a US defense contractor called Booz Allen Hamilton, which provides cyber capabilities to NASA, FBI, and CIA. And we see immense potential to take some of that cyber know-how and expertise beyond just the banking sector that we traditionally advise, and also to the insurance sphere. So as a startup, a couple of accolades that we've gained so far. So we are winners of the Cybersecurity Agency of Singapore's National Call for Innovation. So CSA is the national cyber regulator over here in Singapore and one of the lighthouse regulators in this region. And we are also the first cybersecurity company in the world ever, in Asia ever, to support a cyber insurance product. What's the problem that we are trying to solve? So organizations are faced with increasing cyber threat activity. I think on a daily or weekly basis, you read of some kind of data breach, some kind of phishing email, some kind of thing that happens in the news. Yet, existing approaches to cyber risk assessments or cyber risk management or cyber audits, if you will, have sort of three pitfalls. The first pitfall is that cyber audits tend to be very static. It's a point-in-time assessment. You call in a consultant, and it doesn't adapt to new threats that appear on the cyber threat landscape, especially when management tends to ask the question, how do I fare against ABC threat that I read of in the news? The second problem is one that is very manual, right? So in order to perform a cyber audit, you need some external consultants. That data can't be refreshed easily without embarking on a new engagement. And lastly, there's a large level of fragmentation. Typically in a large organization, risk managers don't talk to operations people, yet it is the operations people that have a real world view of the cyber threat activity that's happening on the day-to-day basis. So what's the solution that we're trying to build? So basically we're building a SaaS platform, a threat-based cyber risk management SaaS platform. And the name of the solution is called Nexus. Nexus does basically three things in total, right? It goes deep into threat and vulnerabilities assessment, meaning to say it understands the threats that are targeting your organization, the digital footprint weaknesses you have. And then secondly, it runs that through certain risk models through a 360-degree assessment. So we don't just understand you from a basis of self-attestation. We attempt to understand the organization even through validating some of their self-assessment responses, and then largely putting that through some advanced loss models so that we quantify an organization's risk exposure in dollars and cents. So really we are speaking to the ops, the risk, and the business layers. It's a single solution that serves two use cases. The first use case that we serve is in the cyber insurance use case, and the second use case is in the enterprise risk management world. In the cyber insurance use case, we basically help organizations to reduce their underwriting risk whenever they issue cyber insurance policies, and we help them to be able to increase their assessment speed by up to 4 times and also reduce claims ratios by up to 50%. On the enterprise risk management piece, we help them to achieve continuous risk assessments so that instead of having a point-in-time view of your cyber risk posture, you get something that's continuous, real-time, and updated. So really, I think what we just want to talk about is in terms of the market, right? So in terms of the market, this is a very huge market, 68.9 billion TAM in Asia Pacific, excluding China, and about 2.7 billion of SOM. A specific call out to cyber insurance is that it's a high growth market in 22% CAGR, yet it's fairly nascent in Asia Pacific. And really the question is, who's going to be there to catch the next wave of cyber insurance? Just a traction slide here. So we started about a year ago. Currently, we have bookings for up to $1 million in terms of ARR coming from our enterprise business line and also our insurance business line. And we see immense potential to replicate some of the cyber insurance offerings that we do out of Malaysia through other parts of Asia as well. I'm coming to my last slide. So currently, we're not actively fundraising. I think we are really thankful to be oversubscribed by about 2 times as of now. We raised the 1.5 million round. We have about 3 million in terms of term sheets. But we are actively looking for insurers who are looking to enter the cyber insurance space, and also for enterprises who want to uplift their basically cyber risk management program to something that's more continuous, something that's more effective. If you're any of the above, we have a booth all the way to the far left outside. We'll be happy to chat with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joel. Yeah, everyone, if you are looking for the cyber security that can lower your risks on your data, you can reach out to Joel in the booth outside and have a meeting or more discussion with them. Yeah, we have our 7 startups. This is also amazing startup for GIA Jakarta. Silver Sea Media. So Silver Sea is the forefront of immersive technology that employing proprietary engine, AI algorithm, cloud infrastructures, 3D capabilities, and VR, AR, and MR technologies to produce cross-functional solutions. For sure, I'm glad to introduce you, Sean, please.
Thanks, Amelia. Thanks, Plug and Play. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sean, co-founder of Silver Sea Media. Silver Sea Media, the mission is to empower the immersive digital transformation across industry using our enterprise metaverse solutions. Next generation of the internet, Web3, the format of the content is 3D. But to create the 3D content is very time-consuming challenge. So Silver Sea Media made a twin 3D platform to solve the problem. We have our own developed platform, which is a suite of online and offline immersive content platform. So in this platform, there's 4 pillars. The first pillar, it is, we call it MetaTwin product. MetaTwin product, we can use the mobile phone to scan the object to create a 3D model, and also can have the AR and the 3D viewer. The second pillar, we call this MetaTwin space. MetaTwin space, you can use the 3D camera or use a 360 camera to digitalize the space. For example, virtual showroom, virtual space. The third pillar is we call MetaTwin augment. MetaTwin augment is to create the online and offline immersive experience. The fourth, we call this MetaTwin Immerse, which is a kind of metaverse event platform. So if you look at these slides, right, customer can use the mobile phone to scan the object to create the virtual space, or use the 3D camera to create the virtual space. And also, we can link up with all the 3D assets management to create online and offline experience. So let me go through some of the use case. The first use case talk about immersive property for real estate. How we can engage, the buyer and seller, or broker and buyer, in order to go through, have a great enhancement, engagement. So using Silverseed Media virtual property solutions, we can enhance the engagement and the conversion rate by double. A second use case, which is immersive, which is for the commerce. Okay, so the commerce, which is like no matter it is online e-commerce, using our immersive solutions or offline shopping mall, we can have the AR wayfinding, AR digital signage, all those kind of immersive engagement. And also the third use case, for example, event. Hybrid event after COVID is very normal, right? How we can make the event more engaging, which is using Silverseed Media immersive event platform. Each of the attendees have avatar. We can exchange name card. You can also have a data intelligence inside, this platform. And the fourth of the use case, which is education. For example, our virtual platform, the virtual lab, already selected by MOE Singapore, will be widely used for the LMS online learning system. And last but not least, it is tourism. We call it immersive tourism, right? No matter the 3D modeling, no matter the point of interest, we can create online and offline all these virtual galleries, virtual experience, and also have the AR experience for all the point of interest. Yeah, up to now we already covered Southeast Asia in 7 countries, and we have served more than 500 customers. So that's all for my presentation. Thanks for listening, and join us to create the digital world more immersive, more interactive. I'm Sean from Silverseed Media. Thanks.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah, everyone, let's go to the next level and create the room on the metaverse. If you like to create your room or hybrid event on the metaverse, you can reach out to Sean on the booth in GIA Jakarta or book the schedule through the Brella. Next, we have our 8 startups that bringing on another level of gamification, Question. So Question is a platform for on-demand quests created by locals and can easily discover and go on quests and experience unique experiential activities that created by creators around them. Let's listen more about Question by Mulyadi.
Hi, thank you, Amelia. Hi. Thank you everyone for coming back from lunch just in time for our presentation. So I'm one of the co-founders of Question. The other guy is actually Yoksong, who decided to ditch me and is in Phuket right now. And just before he went to Phuket, he actually created a quest, a APAC plug and play quest that requires me to actually take a Wi-Fi with you guys. So everybody say hi. Say cheese. Okay, I'm going to get back at him. Okay, so what is Question? So at Question, our vision is to turn the city into your playground. So this is one of the problems. So how many of you have actually faced this problem? You go on a tour and decided to do any last-minute experiential activities, and then you realize that they are actually all sold out because what happened is currently all the activities are run by hosts. Like if you look at Airbnb experiences, it's not scalable because every experiential activities that's currently ongoing is run by local hosts. So digital guidebooks does not effectively connect users with local places and community. And there's actually limited availabilities for last-minute experiential activities. And there's currently no easy solution to create and manage on-demand experiential activities involving local places and community. So we have a 2-pronged solution. On the creator side, we have a quest builder, which is a plug and play. So we are doing advertising for plug and play. So it's a plug and play solution where you literally plug and play without having to do any coding, where anyone can actually create any quest based on any objective. It could be an educator, it could be, so if you look at me and look at my size, you know that I actually love food. I could easily create like a food quest for people to discover food around Singapore. And someone who maybe love like haunted places could easily create like a haunted quest in Singapore and for people to go to. On the user side, it's a self-guided quest model, meaning that you no longer are limited to time slots. You can easily go on any quest as and when you like. So on our creator side, this is our solution. You can easily just implement different features like quiz, cipher, augmented reality, launch the quest, and start earning passive income. So from the user side, on the player side, what is it? Is it a Pokemon Go, geocaching, outdoor escape room? It actually and literally can be anything and everything, right? So if you're an educator, again, you can easily create a very immersive experience for your students. So you can create like, interact with people and surrounding a treasure hunt, an outdoor escape room, etc., etc. So we have, so far, we launched the app officially in May. We have so far worked with both independent creators as well as corporates, such as Singapore Hawker Association, National Library Board, and we recently launched with Design Council Singapore. So this is a video that we'd like to show you. Okay, so why now? So as we know, the creator economy is a quick growing economy. So we have more than 50 million creators right now, like TikTok, YouTube, and the activity sector is growing at 9% per year, and it's at 13% in Asia. And because of COVID, now everyone is pent up, and they are thinking of like what to do outside in the real world. And based on a recent survey, more than 78% actually would choose to pay for experiential activities over material goods. So I'll just quickly jump through because I have no more time. So that's the potential market size. Our business model is very straightforward. We take a percentage commission cut from anyone who sells quests, and we also work with corporate like brands and schools and etc. for hosting. Yep, so I'll again quickly jump through. So the team, myself, like I've been in a startup for the last 12 years, and Yok Song, who's the guy in Phuket having fun, he's been in the travel industry for the last 12 years with STB, and finally Ferry, who's been doing text development for the last 8 years. So if you have any question or want to talk to us, we have a booth outside. I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mulyadi. Yeah, everyone, Question is already on the iOS and Android platform, so you can download it and try to play around, because me and my colleagues flying from Jakarta also tried this application on Singapore, and it's much fun. All right, so we go into the last of the list in our GIA Jakarta segment is Jaguar Transit. As an innovative insurtech solution that is created by integrating on-demand insurance and high-security bags and risk-intelligent technology platform. But unfortunately, Jaguar Transit team cannot join us today on the summit in person, but we would like to welcome them on the video pitch. Okay, so I would like to welcome Jafar.
Hi, my name is Jafar. I'm the founder of Jaguar Transit. As an insurance specialist, we have been insuring companies that transport cash and gold for the last 10 years. And we know that the security operation costs and the insurance costs imposed on these companies are high. And that's what inspired us to create Jaguar Transit, an insurtech solution that reduces the cost by 40%. By using Jaguar Transit, you can reduce the need for armed guards and armored vehicles, saving them significantly. Further, Jaguar Transit is offered on a pay-per-use basis, allowing even smaller security companies to enter the cash and gold in transit markets. How does Jaguar Transit work? It's made up of three components. Number one, it's high-tech security bags that has got full tracking, alarm, black box, and other safety features like ink that stains banknotes in the event of a robbery. Secondly, we have built application that helps you assign, monitor, and even unlock the bag at the right time, right place, by the right people only. Most importantly, the application keeps collecting and analyzing data about each trip in order to understand risk. Finally, we embed pay-per-use insurance. Traction, we created Jaguar Transit 3 years ago at the onset of COVID and have completed more than 10,000 trips in Malaysia. Today, security companies use Jaguar Transit to serve government agencies, gold bullion dealers, money changers, and e-commerce markets. Fully convinced of the value that we provide, we are ready to expand overseas. Our first stop was Turkey. We just completed a distribution deal there. And the next 4 key markets we are looking at is Indonesia, Brazil, Thailand, and USA. So when we had this opportunity, plug and play, obviously we jumped right into it. Of course, all of this is made only possible because we have an amazing team. We have 8 teammates, and our CTO has got 10 years experience in leading MNCs. And me as a founder, I've got 3 other successful startups prior to Jaguar Transit. Coming to Indonesia, we are identifying strategic distributors, investors, and partners for Indonesia. It is a real opportunity to Uberize the last mile logistics for cash, gold, and valuables in Indonesia, which is worth a minimum of US $200 billion a year. And at just 10% market penetration, our revenue will be $10 billion annually. We welcome you to join us in this growth journey of ours. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jeff Fire. Yeah, everyone, we would like to announce about our most engaging mentor in our GIA Jakarta. Please give applause to Pak Glenn Hajadi as the CEO and founder of Height Living. So he has been encourages our GIA Jakarta for 2 batches and very dedicated also to support our startup during the program. Yeah, okay, so this is after lunchtime. Can you please give applause for our top 10 startups in GIA Jakarta program? If you like to get connected with them, you can visit their booth outside or get connected to Brella. For sure, feel free also tap me and our team if you are interested to get introduction with them. Yeah, I think that's all, everyone. For the GIA Jakarta segment, feel free to tap in to us if you are interested to Indonesian market as well, and we would glad to share with you more. Yeah, my name is Amelia. Once again, thank you for your time. I back to Wayne. Thank you.